Journal. So here we'll be talking about the paper format required to publish in Elsevier journals. First we'll be learning what is Elsevier. So Elsevier is a Netherlands-based publishing company specializing in scientific, technical and medical content. It publishes about 500,000 articles annually in 2,500 journals, and its archives contains over 17 million documents and 40,000 ebooks. Uh, so these are the topics a manuscript should contain. A manuscript ideal length should be 25 to 40 pages. Title. It should be short and informative. Abstract should be about one paragraph. The word should be less than 20 to 250 words. Introduction should be 1.5 to 2 pages maximum. The method should contain about 2 to 3 pages. Results is 3 to 8 pages. The result should contain figures, tables. These figures and table can be one per page. Then discussion should be 4 to 6 pages. Conclusion should be one paragraph in brief. References should be 20 to 50 references. Avoid using old references. The format here we followed is IMRAD format. It stands for Introduction, Methods, Results and Discussion. Introduction contains what did you or the others do and why did they do so. Methods, how did you do it. Results contain what did you find, means results. Then discussions, what does the results mean. Then it is followed by conclusion, acknowledgement, references and supporting materials. Then title should be clear, informative. It should explain the purpose of the study, and this is to attract the reader's attention, editors and referrals. Then keyword. It is used for indexing the paper, labeling the manuscript. Avoid using the broad meaning keywords and also the words which are already in the title. Then abstract. Abstract should contain what all you did and important findings in your research. It should be accurate, using the words that convey the precise meaning of your research. Give key results and minimize the experimental details. Also, the abstract should end with interpretation or the conclusion. Introduction. Introduction is the opportunity to convince readers that you clearly know what your work is, why your work is useful. So the good introduction should contain answers to the following questions, like what is the problem to be solved? Are there any existing solutions? Which is the best solution in the existing solution? It is the main limitation of the existing solution, and also what do you hope to achieve with your experiment? Next, methods or protocols. Methods and protocols should contain how the problem was studied. If you are already using the existing methods, then use the references. Do not repeat details of the existing methods. Then results. Present all or part of the result. Do not attempt to hide the data in a hope for saving it for the later paper. By doing this, you may lose the evidence to reinforce your conclusion. Also, use subheading to keep results of the same type together and avoid confusion. Discussions. It responds what the result means to convince the reader how good your manuscript is, and the manuscript is rejected due to the weak discussion. In discussions, avoid statements that go beyond the result can support, and also avoid unspecific expressions like high temperature, Instead of this, you can use quantitative description like 35 degree or anything. Um, Avoid sudden introduction of new terms or ideas, and speculations of possible interpretations are allowed, but it should have the basic fact or rooted fact in it rather than imagination. Conclusion: how the work advances the field from present state of knowledge. There will be obviously there will be many research articles available, but we should show how our research stands out of them. The common error which is made in conclusion is repeating the abstract or just listing down the experimental results. Then the conclusion should contain specific scientific justification of the work. Then in acknowledgement, we need to thank the people who have contributed and also helped and funded. Avoid making them giving them a authorship. Then references. Follow the guidelines provided by the specific journal for the references, and also avoid using the old references. Then let's see how to submit a research paper in Elsewhere journal. So this is the home page of Elsewhere. Go to Google and type search Elsewhere. Will be directed to this page. Here we can find any articles. It will be directed to Science Direct. Here we can type any keywords or author name we need. After searching, we will get the research articles based on that keyword, and these are the filters. To submit your paper, we need to go to submit your paper link. Then we can use this journal finder, which easily finds the suitable journal for our paper. For example, if I consider this paper with the title here, let's say it is based on cryptocurrency, so we'll give keyword as cryptocurrency, and field will be business and management. So it lists the best journals for which we can submit our papers. We should consider the journal which has the highest impact factor. For example, this one. You can read more information about the journal here. Then there are guidelines for authors. After by following this, we can submit our paper. Thank you. Thank you.